What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and now I'm coming at you with another video, and we're still talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender coming to Netflix. Again, I have said this in almost every single one of my videos. When the trailers were coming out, everybody was pretty much hyped. Everybody was okay with what we were seeing. My biggest criticism thus far when it came to the trailers was I didn't like Iroh's beard. Iroh's beard just looked too fake for my liking. But because of everything I was seeing, I was getting hyped. I was getting excited. I was getting, okay, I want to continue on with this. I'm actually kind of hyped for this. But then we started getting the red flags popping up and starting to show me that the showrunners, the creators, everything behind this show actually did not know the show for what it actually was. And we're going to change things for the modern audience. Whether it's Sokka's sexism, ignoring the fact that his sexism was actual character development, character growth, and led to a blossoming, loving relationship with Suki and the Kyoshi warriors, or if it's now Katara's gender issues within the actual series itself, ignoring that there weren't really any gender issues or anything like that don't translate from 2015 to modern day, except if you count the intersectional feminism issues that they try to bring up every single way. Yeah, that's stuff that you're starting to get worried on. What are the gender issues that they're complaining about? Because there aren't really any gender issues. So, you know, I start bringing these up. I start looking at these. I start looking deeper and deeper into these conversations. We now have yet another one. Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender showrunner admits to changing Aang's character, says it was done in order to make his narrative drive a little clearer. Wait, you don't know what his narrative drive is? Like legitimately here. You don't know what his narrative drive is when it comes to the end of episode 2. Because you could take episode 1 and 2, put them together, that's one big episode. That's what I kind of see you guys doing within the actual series itself, the live action series. But you're coming to me and you're saying you don't know how to actually make his narrative drive more clearer. His narrative drive is very simple. Hey, become the Avatar, master all 4 elements, and bring balance to the world. That is his narrative drive. And by the end of the second episode, or first episode more than likely within the actual Netflix series, it's gonna be go to the North Pole to learn waterbending because there's no waterbender teachers down in the South Pole. So what do you think this guy means? Well, I'll continue on. Proving that Hollywood still considers any and all things animation related to be immature nonsense that is not to be taken seriously. Avatar: The Last Airbender showrunner Albert Kim has confirmed that in service of making it feel more like a real television show, Netflix live action adaptation will be making a significant change to series protagonist Aang's core character. Well, it's more to his core character arc, but let's continue on. Kim provided this confirmation of fans' worst fears while speaking to IGN, Alex Stedman, and promotion of the series' upcoming premiere. Pressed by Stedman as to how much are you guys changing and how much is staying the same between Avatar live action and original animated version, the showrunner explained, "I've used the term that this is a remix, not a cover, and that you've got to hit a lot of familiar notes, but you can't forget that this is supposed to be a new song." No, it's not. It legitimately is not supposed to be a new song. This is supposed to be the same song, just brought to live action. But that goes to show you that these people never actually cared about it, never actually wanted to engage with this stuff, never wanted to actually deal with stuff. But when it comes to me, I'm a purist. That means I want one for one. I can accept some derailments. I can accept some changes. When it comes to the actual trailers themselves, we have seen them that they are going to be showing us Sozin, Fire Lord Sozin take on the actual air nomad tribes. Okay, that makes sense. They tell us that happens. They tell us this is going to be a thing that actually happened, but we never get to actually see it. That is not something that I'm going to gripe about them actually showing to us. That is something that is already there. They're just going to give us a new look on it. They're going to tell us that it actually happened. That's not something that I'm going to be complaining about. What I would complain about is, why do I need more in instance of adding on, like, I just had her name, Zuko's sister. It's escaping me right now. Why is it escaping me? Somebody's gonna let me know what her name is in the comments below. I'm just getting a little dumb-brained right now. But I don't need more episodes based on her. I don't need to know more about her character growth within season 1, which is something they are going to be doing. Azula, by the way, I just got it. They are going to be doing more shots with Azula, more scenes with Azula, because I don't need her in season 1. I need her in season 2, when that is when we are learning about her. That is when we are engaging with her. That is when she becomes more prominent. Within season 1, she's only there for 2 episodes within 2 different scenes, and that's it. Nowhere else. Those are things I was going to originally be knocking off, but that's not your goal. Your 100% goal here is to make the same show, just live action. Why make a different show? If you're going to be doing a different show, a different song in his analogy, name it something else, because you're not doing the same thing. So obviously there are story points and characters that you have to do fairly faithful from the original, he continued. But at the same time, you're literally translating something from 2D to 3D, and that meant dimensionalizing the story, taking it to new places, filling in some of the gaps. And some of those gaps I don't have a problem with. Some of those gaps, again, are showing us Sozin taking on the air nomads. Don't have a problem with that. I think that is actually a good addition. That is something that could actually be more supplemental, not required, but can assist with the actual story itself. But then when you take on to adding like more discussion around Azula, that I don't need. I do not need that. That is not required right now, and actually can take away, because Azula does not become prominent until season 2. She should be the reveal at the end of season 1. Okay, moving on. Turning to highlight some specific changes being made to the series narrative, Kim explained there are certain scenes that you never saw in the original, whether it's the attack on the Southern Air Temple and the Agni Kai between Ozai and Zuko, and those are things that I knew we needed to see in order to make it feel more grounded as a live-action show. So it was about feeling your way throughout the process. Where can we take the story into the new directions that still feel true to the spirit of the original? And that's what it all comes down to, making sure it feels like it was Avatar and Spirit. But it shouldn't feel like Avatar and Spirit. It should feel like Avatar. Never say it should feel like it in Spirit. It needs to just be Avatar. Avatar: The Last Airbender. That is what this show is. That is what this show is supposed to be. You aren't supposed to be saying it's Avatar: The Last Airbender in Spirit, but it's something completely different. Then when it comes to what I just pointed out, you know, the Southern Air Temple fights and everything that happens there that we don't get to actually see in the show, you can still add that and still say it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. When it comes to the Agni Kai between Ozai and Zuko, that is still adding it, and it's still Avatar: The Last Airbender. You just get to see it now instead of a flashback. You actually get to see how the fight went down instead of a few scenes. That is not taking away from anything. That is just adding on to it and making it the same show. That is not taking anything away, and that's not saying that it's no longer Avatar: The Last Airbender. In Spirit, it is still Avatar: The Last Airbender. But the more you say, it's Avatar in Spirit, it's Avatar in this, it's Avatar in that, that tells me that you're not actually trying to do Avatar: The Last Airbender. That tells me you're trying to do Aang something, an entirely different show. Your sole job should be, this is to make it feel, not just feel, this is to make it be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Not in Spirit, not in name only. Avatar: The Last Airbender. That is our goal. Nothing else. It's not supposed to be a remix. It's not supposed to be, you know, something else. It honestly should be the cover of the show. We're doing a cover, not a remix. We're doing Avatar, not in Spirit, but full on Avatar. The showrunner then made a point to highlight to Stedman how the series replicated the bit when Aang's on the air scooter for the main title and he crashes into the statue, as he believed it gets across very important character points, which is that despite everything and all the burdens that he's facing, Aang is just a kid. And I agree. That is an important point. That is an important thing to talk about. That is an important part of him, because Aang is a 12-year-old kid. The biggest part about Aang's character is he's a 12-year-old kid. He had all this stuff thrusted upon him when he was way too young. He never got to grow up. Everything changed around him. He started getting treated differently. He started not being allowed to actually grow up, have freedom, do any of this stuff. He had all this responsibility and he ran away from it because he's a goofy young kid who was scared about what was actually being thrusted upon him. That is the importance about Aang. But Aang is at the same time a kid that knows what he needs to do, knows how he needs to grow up. Yes, he tries to divert and go all over the place, but that's because he's a kid and he's still scared of what his actual destiny is to be. He's a goofy 12-year-old kid and he's having fun and he's doing old goofball yeah, and he's a big old goofball. I got the words there. Yeah, give me a moment. He added, and we wanted to make sure that we showed that because the importance that as important to the story as all the action and epic fantasy of it all. Yes, that's important, but he continues on because he starts taking stuff away. Asked by Stedman if, despite all the remix, is the point A and the point B still the same as the original, the showrunner explained that while the state of the world and the stakes of the world are the same, the series production team had decided to make Aang's narrative drive a little clearer. Wait, what? How can you make his narrative drive more clear than it already was? Why did you need to make it more clear? Well, because they don't actually know these shows. They don't actually care about these shows. They don't actually engage with these shows. They don't want to make this show the way it should be made. And I have proof to that here in a bit. In the first season of the animated series, he's kind of going from place to place looking for adventures, Kim detailed. He even says, first, we've got to go and ride the elephant koi. It's a little looser as a bit befits a cartoon. We needed to make sure that he had the drive from the start, and so that change that we made, and that's a change that we made. But wait. His drive from the start, after everything that happens in the Southern Water Tribe, after going to the Southern Air Temple, because he thought, hey, we'll go there, we'll meet all my friends and family, we'll see if anybody's still around. Guess what? They're not. After all that, they say, hey, we're going to go to the Northern Water Tribe to learn airbending because, not airbending, waterbending. Why did I say airbending? Because that is my destiny. My destiny is to become the Avatar. I have to do this to stop what the Fire Nation has been doing. You end up seeing he ends up seeing the Southern Air Temple and seeing the tragedy that happened there, seeing all the people he knew, all the people he loved, all the people he cared about, dead, all their dead bodies, all their ashes there, everything that actually happened there, knowing that the Fire Nation destroyed it all. I don't know how you can get more clear on why he's going across the freaking world to learn waterbending. Then on top of that, when you actually start thinking, what is he saying here? Oh my God, they're stopping to do elephant koi stuff. Oh my God, they're stopping to do this. Oh my God, their adventure is taking them here. Wait a minute. You start sitting there and thinking, you guys don't realize that the Northern Water Tribe is on the other side of the earth. And as they are traveling from the Southern Water Tribe to the Northern Water Tribe, they go through the Earth Kingdom because that is the safest path forward. What they are doing is they are trying to, all at the same time being pursued by Zuko, who wants to take him in and everything like that. They are going from point A to point B. On the way to point B, they have to take stops. They interact with other aspects of the world. They are building out the world throughout all these different stops, meeting new characters, meeting new events, going on stuff, and sometimes they get in trouble, sometimes they don't. But that is also a requirement just for basic travel is you stop here, you move on. You stop here, you move on, and stuff happens throughout all that stuff. They have adventures throughout all that. I don't know why you think that the whole narrative drive and everything behind Aang going to the Northern Water Temple couldn't be more clear than what is actually shown within the actual show itself. Why is he going there? To learn waterbending, to become the Avatar, to do his job, to do his duty, to do his destiny. How more clear do you have to get than that? I don't know, but that shows that they don't care about the cartoon. They don't actually care about narrative. They don't care about any of this stuff because they never actually cared about the cartoon itself. They're not even trying to make the cartoon. Remember, he's saying it's a remix. It's Avatar in spirit. It's not a cover. It's nothing else. It is something completely different. If you're going to make something completely different, make a completely different show. Don't make Avatar. We essentially give him the vision of what's going to happen, and he says, I have to get to the Northern Water Tribe to stop this from happening. But wait. But his reasoning to go to the Northern Water Tribe quite literally is to learn waterbending. Why else does he need to go there? Oh, because you're going to start adding stuff. You're going to change everything, and you're not going to make it the actual story. I don't know how more clear you could have already been, he said. That gives him much more narrative compulsion. I'm saying that completely wrong. Compulsion going forward, as opposed to let's make a detour to go ride the elephant koi, that type of thing. So that's something, again, that's part of the process of going from Nickelodeon cartoon to Netflix serialized drama. Well, again, when he says, let's go ride the elephant koi, that's him still being a kid. That's still him not being fully accepting of what his actual destiny is. But he still goes to the Northern Water Tribe. They already are leading him to the Northern Water Tribe because they know he needs to frickin' learn water bending from an actual water bending master. I don't know how more clear that has to be. Why does he need a vision to do anything? Because then when you start getting a vision, you're starting to change it all. There's no point in him needing to know, oh my God, we need to go there because of this is going to happen. Oh my God, it's so horrible. Why? First place, the only reason he knew that he needed to go there was, I need to get a water teacher. I need to get a water teacher. But now he's going to see something and he's going to actually want to go there instead of you're taking away from his goofy childlike nature. He still goes to the Northern Water Tribe by his own volition, but he says, hey, let's go ride the giant elephant koi because he's still a kid. He's still a child. He's a 12-year-old boy, and you're taking away from his actual character growth and his character development when you say, well, he's not going to say, let's go ride the giant elephant koi, because you don't know these characters. You don't interact with these characters. You've never cared about these characters. You're only doing this because you want to do your own show, your own interpretation of the show, instead of actually doing the show that you were supposed to do. That's why when you see them say things like Avatar, this is a remix, not a cover. This is Avatar, The Last Airbender in spirits. And that's why when you see things like, I'm going to pull it up real fast because I already have it pulled up. Something like this, Netflix Avatar, The Last Airbender series is hoping to appeal to the Game of Thrones fans, says showrunner. When you start seeing them say things like that, when you start seeing them say they're doing this, or start seeing them to say they're doing that, you're starting to realize they don't care about the show. They don't want to care about the show. They've never cared about this show. They want to do their own thing. They don't even want to try to do a accurate retelling, an accurate version of it, an actual way to say it, because it shouldn't be Avatar in spirit. You shouldn't be making a show that is a remix, not a cover. You shouldn't be trying to target Game of Thrones fans when it comes to actually trying to target fans of Avatar The Last Airbender. You should be always focusing on an Avatar The Last Airbender first, everything else second. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out with friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.